What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to go over all the meta centre backs from the Premier League. We're going to go through all the ones I've specifically chosen that are meta, so not just anyone, the beast, the overpowered ones I suppose you can say. We're going to go through high budget, mid budget, low budget. I'm also going to tell you their prices by looking at them last year and of course their chemistry style. So let's start off with the first one. We have Godfrey. Now Godfrey is actually a really good card. Medium high work rate, 6 foot, good height as well. We're going to put a shadow on him. Just because we do want to get his pace up to 99. Now, you can use an anchor if you want to, but I'd recommend a shadow on him. But anchor does get his jumping up as well. What you can also do is you can also put an engine on him. And the reason for this is that you can improve his agility and balance. But the downside is he still hasn't got the best defensive stats. Look at his defensive awareness in particular. So he's more of a low end card. I would recommend a Guardian or a shadow, personally speaking. Either one of those two, because that way you get the defensive awareness up as well to the highest mark. Then we have Cooley Barry. Now Godfrey, by the way, was about 7k last year, so expect him to be about 5k this year. Cooley Barry is the next card. He was 29k last year, guys, when he came out. Could be a bit more just because in the Premier League, and he's probably one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League alongside Varane and Virgil Van Dyke. Another good card, I would go with the Shadow. Again, it's mainly just to get the pace up to almost close to 99, as close as you can. Don't forget, Shadow gives +8 this year, not +10. And I wouldn't go with the Engine or a Guardian, because his agility balance is just too low at 6'2". +10 agility balance is not going to do much, and I got a 6'2" with those stats so low as it is. So he's definitely one of the best cards there. But that agility balance does let him down, is one thing that I would say. Stamina is not too much of an issue because he is a centre back. But apart from that, he's one of the best centre backs in the game. He just lacks maybe in the short passing department. Then we're going to go over to Virgil Van Dyke, probably the best centre back in the Premier League. I would say definitely either go with a shadow or an engine. Now again, engine, okay, yeah, he's got good stats already, but is +8 balance going to do really that much on a 61? Again, probably not. So what I would say is go with a shadow on him. Put a shadow on him. He's medium high work rate, 6'4", and don't forget he now has that different sprint type. Only he is the lengthy sprint type. So especially with the L1 triangles in behind, he'll be a good card. I would still go on the edge of putting more pace on and maxing out pace, because although the defensive awareness, don't forget defensive awareness this year, it's important for players because it determines how fast they can move with the run and jockey. We need to make sure here we get fast players. So especially for the L1 triangle meta. Now the good thing is he's got good long passing and good short passing. If you do get an informed version, you can go with the engine. But for now, I would recommend a shadow. Probably the best centre back, absolute tank. If he only had a better agility and balance, he would be probably to get past that guy would be a nightmare. Put it that way. But nonetheless, still one of the best cards in the game for being a centre back. Then we have Varane, another top tier card. Hasn't been nerfed this year at all. Medium high, 6'3" as well. Again, I would go again with a shadow once again to get his acceleration up, because 85 acceleration, thinking about an L1 triangle, don't forget most strikers, attackers have 90 pace anyway. So think about your card going up against a 90 pace striker. That's the way you got to equate it. And don't forget, they're always doing a trigger first, so you're going to have to catch up to them. So shadow is needed. Again, he lacks agility and balance. I think Varane and Virgil Van Dyke together will be very effective. Just because of who it is. Varane last year was 320k. Virgil Van Dyke was 240k. I think this year Virgil Van Dyke will be like 500k, maybe even more. So I would say ignore him. But Varane, it could go either way. He's been nerfed indirectly, I suppose you can say. But what I would say is 320k, he might be either 300k or he could only be 50k. It just depends on how the market really is this year. I would probably lean more towards about 100, 150. So he's definitely on the higher end. So if you've got the money and you got the coins for it, this is definitely a card to go to. And he's got decent passing as well. Then we're going to go over to Cavalia. Now Cavalia is a new card this year. We haven't got his stats, but I'm pretty sure with a shadow, without looking at his stats, would be one of the best cards in the game. He wasn't there last year. Do we know his price? We don't know, but expect it to be like minimum 500k minimum. Don't forget now, the hero cards give green links as well, the old school green links, and they get 3 chemistry as well. So he can get 2 players, get a card on 2 chemistry. So he's a very powerful card. I'm expecting a million, to be honest. But nonetheless, a good card as well, 6 foot. I'm sure he's very, very good. Then we have Gomez. He was 40k last year when the game did come out. This year I expect him to be a bit cheaper maybe. He's still a very, very good card. You put a shadow on him. If you're looking for, I would say, expect him to be like 5-10k. I would say he's like budget to mid to, I would say. He's a very, very good card. Very good defense awareness. I would still put a shadow over Anchor because I think when the game comes out, it's going to be a pace abuse system. And you really want to get that pace maxed out, in my opinion. Especially that A70 acceleration is really going to hurt you with those L1 triangles in behind. So I'd say definitely a shadow on him. Medium work rate, 6'2", still a very good centre back. Then we're going to go over to Kanate. I think that's how you say his name. He was 1k last year. I expect it to be somewhat of the same price. More of a budget card, but 87 sprint speed, which you don't see that often. Now you can either go with a Guardian on him, but I think with a Guardian, his acceleration does lack. So that's why I'm not going to go towards Guardian. We're going to stick a shadow on once again. Even at 77 sprint speed is a bit of a killer. But I like this card a lot because he's 6'3" and he's got medium high work, which is very, very important. And he's got good pace. If he had better defensive awareness, it would be even better. And he's got a pretty good structure. You know, he's got 80 jumping, pretty decent as well. He is 6'3", so you don't have to worry about jumping too much. But definitely is one of the better cards in the game. Then we have Saliba, another card last year was 1k. He's now been upgraded. I would probably say a shadow on him as well, just like everyone else. He's 6'4", medium high. Him and Kanate, I think, are going to be the real good cheap combos. Expect it to be about 1 or 2k. Maybe when the web app comes out, 5k-ish. But expect him to sell about 1 or 2k. Very, very good aggression as well. Doesn't really need the jumping. Does have a bit of an issue with agility and balance, but nonetheless still a good card. He does need a shadow though, just to get that sprint speed and acceleration up. I would say him and Kanate together are two very good cards. We have Kanate as well, another good card. Exact same situation, 6'4", medium high, works very well. A bit less clunkier, but I would say at least with Kanate you kind of get a bit of everything. With this card you also get a bit of everything as well, the main thing here is the defense awareness being a +3 over Saliba, but he does lack the accelerations. I would prefer Saliba over him, personally speaking. I'll go through towards the end who I think it's worth getting on the higher end, etc, etc. We have Konsa, which is really going to be a very, very good budget card. Again, with the defense awareness being naturally quite high at 83, that's actually a big thing, guys. 83 defense awareness naturally. Medium high would have made him even better. But we need a shadow on him. Get his defense awareness up, and of course the sprint speed and acceleration. He does lack the bit of the physicality. You can maybe get away with going towards the anchor, but I wouldn't recommend it. There's going to be more L1 triangle and through balls over the top and goals you can see to lack of pace than it would be to lack of strength or jumping. That I can almost guarantee you, because corners you're going to move your goalkeeper out anyway. Then we're coming towards the latter few now, the latter end of this video. Kanji now, I think this is going to be the real good one. He's got very, very good stats again. I would still go with a shadow. Good defensive awareness as well. And he's got the jumping. 6'2" with that 84 jumping. Medium. 82 strength as well. And he's got good short passing and long pass for that distribution. And he's actually got 75 shot power. Not that you're going to be taking that many shots from him, but maybe with a power shot outside the box from a corner, if you got for a hidden hope, not a bad idea. I would love it to have him to have a little bit more agility and balance. He would have been perfect, but I think he's fine. Of course, he plays for Man City. Easy link to Cancelo or the likes of Walker. So very, very easy for chemistry over there. Then we have Diego Carlos, another good card. He was 3k last year. I expect him to be about 5 to 7, maybe a bit more this year, just because of the card he is. Again, I would go with a shadow. He has medium high work rates. Good defense awareness, 88. So I think this is the real budget card here. Now, of course, this is like budget to mid-level, maybe edging more towards mid because he's 83 rated, but he's a very, very good card. 84 reactions as well. And with a shadow on him, you can see he gets to 88 stance tackling, 88 defense awareness. Very good physicality, 82 jumping, 87 strength, and 85 aggression, medium-high work rates. Probably the best out of all these. He is the best. I would say Virgil Van Dyke's kind of the best top-end card. I would say Diego Carlos is probably the best mid-tier card, mid to budget tier card, I would say. depending on how he is, and Cooley Barry being like kind of like mid to high is what I would say. Then we're going to come over to the final budget cards. Ake, not as good as he once was, but gets the job done with a shadow. If you really can't afford anyone else, he's pretty good. Good stature as well, medium high. And then we have Bafana, another very good card, but he's got good defensive stats, again a shadow, but then he does lack that acceleration, but he is medium high. And then we have Romero, which I think Fafana was 1k last year, not that much to attention. Then we have Romero, I think exact same thing here, but why I like Romero above everyone else is he has low high work rates, even better, but he's got very good physicality. And he's got very good defending, and he's got 81 reactions. Just that sprint speed lacks it. So if you can get him on 10 chemistry, you got a really good card here. He was 7k last year. I expect him to be about 5 to 7k as well. So nonetheless, still a very, very good card. I would recommend him. If you're going top end, Virgil Van Dyke, I would say Cooley Barry for like the mid range over here. Then for like I would say mid to low, I'd say Diego Carlos. And for the real cheap cards, I would say someone like Godfrey, or I'd say Saliba. Saliba, I think, is the real one, the undercover one here, being the cheap card. Yes, he lacks that agility and balance, don't get me wrong, but for the budget card with that physicality, 6'4", medium high work rate is a good combination. So maybe Godfrey and NealGuides and Saliba, one of those three if you're playing a 3-back. Virgil Van Dyke, Cooley Barry, and Varane or Cavalia if you can get him when he does come out. For those, and for the cheap one, I would go with a Fafana, Diego Carlos, Akanji is very, very good, and Romero. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, and of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.